which looks like it is going to be... Looks like it's... Okay, they might be waiting for a signal here or something.
It's possible that there's a little call, for, like a question from a judge that they're asking or resolving.
Okay. Because it looks like he tapped 2 for rampant growth.
Actually, I think it's this. Rampant growth, cast Mana Leak. Gabriel Nienes' turn, ponder.
Ah, okay.
We're coming to this game just after the beginning of it.
Yes.
Okay, that is the case. It was JT Henricks on the play. Rampant growth is leaked. Gabriel Nienes then casts ponder afterwards.
All right. Looks like we're gonna see a Tomb Scour there. Wolf on 3rd land. Nothing to play on the 3rd land. Gabriel untaps. Still does not have a white source.
Ponder again. Maybe he'll find one. Leaves it on top. White source in Glacial Fortress. Geist of St. Traft. Only 2 Geist is usually an indication that a player thinks they're going to be dealing with a lot of blockers.
Yes. Whip Flare immediately comes out after that to take care of that Geist of St. Traft. He now does have his white land, which, like you said before, he does need. Okay, Delver's Secrets. Glimmer Post. In true Wolf Run fashion. Okay, Huntmaster of the Felds.
Huntmaster is a very effective card against Delver from the more aggressive decks. For these controlling decks, it does a fair amount as well, but it's not as good. It's still a very effective weapon. That life gain matters, and the ability to actually put up a race at 4 mana only is significant. But we see the first Vapor Snag from Gabriel Nienes taking care of that wolf.
All right.
Another snag in hand, I think. And wow, yeah, he actually just does both sides. Bounces the wolf, then he bounces the Huntmaster.
Shows another Vapor Snag, so now he has 3 of his Vapor Snags available. The Insect Abertile will be able to swing for 3 now, take him down to 18. But JT is now 1 land away from Titan, and he does have 2 additional lands. Looks like the Solemn. Looks like he has a Slag Storm in his hand.
Okay. You see the Huntmaster. Is it going to be a Vapor Snag? There it is. 2 mana, Snapcaster, and the leak from the yard that we saw on turn 2.
Okay, now he's able to swing this turn for 5.
Now remember, Gabriel started off this game, laid his 2nd land, then JT Henricks laid his 2nd land and cast Rampant Growth, which Gabriel mana leaked. That little bit of stunting bought a lot of time for Gabriel, such that now JT is getting to that midpoint of the game with his 6 mana where he's a real threat. But Gabriel's untapped with threats on the table. Roughly, unfortunately for him, a 4-turn clock with a Slag Storm probably waiting in the wings to make things problematic.
All right, let's see what he gets on that cut. And he draws, I believe it looked like another island. I could be wrong. Swings in for 5. Takes JT down to 13. Looking at his graveyard quickly. Okay.
Waiting to see what's going to happen after that attack.
Another land, so that leaves him, I believe, 4 land down there. Very hard to see if that's another land hidden on the bottom there.
There is a Glacial Fortress that Gabriel has underneath there. Slag Storm with 4 mana open. That is certainly enough to get through a mana leak.
Okay, thank you for moving that up.
Gabriel perhaps thinking about Vapor Snag. And he does snag his Snapcaster Mage.
It's perfectly fine. He's going to look through his graveyard.
What you got down there? What do I have to worry about?
3 Vapor Snags.
Also, he's got Ponder. He's got Thought Scour. But he does not have a 1 mana counterspell that would stop a Huntmaster. So with only 3 mana open, he's able to safely drop down, once again, that Huntmaster of the Fells.
Okay, 3 Vapor Snag. All right, Snapcaster Ponder. Which looks,
Snappy Ponder finds him. Is that a pike?
That does look like a pike, that last card that he switched around. Now, JT does have an Inkmoth Nexus available for him. Not that he'll be able to, not that he'll use it right now, but it is an option for him to have later on in the game if for some reason Gabriel does not have any flying threats, to be able to use that as an alternate win condition. All right.
Now, Gabriel was definitely stymied here with a lack of early white, so that his Geist really couldn't do what it wanted to do. You don't really want to be dropping your Geist late when you're Delver. You want it on the table as soon as possible if that's the kind of card you're running.
Okay, swings in for 2.
Wolf comes on in. 4 more mana, 3 mana open. A Solemn Simulacrum.
More mana, gives him lots of options, makes those mana leaks look not nearly as impressive now.
Gabriel Neve's hand, I believe, is Snapcaster, Mana Leak, and Vapor Snag, I think might be the last one.
That'd be his 4th Vapor Snag. All right. 2.
Sphere of the Suns. This is actually very dangerous, because this means now, with that sphere, that there are 9 mana in play for JT Henricks.
And that does put him, that allows him to be able to cast his Titans without fear of mana leak coming in his way. All right, there's the pike. Does that mean he has 2 potentially now? No, I think he only still has 1. Gabriel's got to do something here, because the numbers are just going to start getting against him shortly.
And Gabriel trying to find a path out of this. JT Henricks, by virtue of 2 Huntmasters this game, has a reasonably cushioned life total. And though Gabriel has, you know, tried very hard to suppress JT's development, 9 mana, Gabriel knows that a mana leak won't stop a Primeval Titan.
He might have another Ponder there in his hand, I believe. The alternate art Ponder.
For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here with Robert Martin. This is the round, pardon me, this is the penultimate round, round 9 of 10, for this Star City Games Open Series here in Atlanta, Georgia. We've already shown the full Swiss rounds of the Invitational. Tomorrow we'll not only bring you the semifinals of this event, but also the top 8 of the Invitational, and then after that, the Legacy Open.
Which will be really a great way to end a wonderful weekend.
Absolutely.
You're going to have finals, finals, finals everywhere.
Absolutely. We see a Rune Chanter's Pike in play. Equips it up. Says go, holding it back for defense.
I'm kind of surprised he did that, only because now he does not represent any form of counterspell. But then again, you know, he is out of range of his mana leak. But if he had to dissipate, okay, he just passes the turn. Scour. Okay, looks like he hit another land. Okay, there's the alternate art Ponder.
I can't see what he's got there with this angle.
Geist of St. Traft.
There we go. That's good. That's good. 2 of that angle makes it hard. And you know what? Sadly, we only broadcast in 2 dimensions, so craning my neck doesn't do anything.
Yes. All right, he'll keep this.
He's going to keep the Geist on top and 2 other mystery cards below it. Three mana Geist.
Looks good. He could potentially equip it on the next turn for the Ruin Chanter's Pike. To be able to swing with it potentially. I know JT's access to Spear of the Suns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 mana right now. So pretty much anything in JT's deck he can play. Now,
Kasich Wolf Run
can I ask
and a pass.
Quick question on that one. Why does he not at least attack with the Inkmoth Nexus to put the counter out there with the fact he has all that land to maybe have that alternate win?
For perhaps for fear of a gut shot.
Okay, but I mean, is it not worth the chance with you having all that mana to at least force it out?
It's worth a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly something to think about.
A lot of times what I've seen lately with the play of Inkmoth Nexus is they don't even play it. It just sits there. So I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe there's opportunities there. Maybe there's not. We will see. Okay, looks like he passes.
And we see the flip of Huntmaster into Ravager. It's getting wolfy here. Two mana equip the Pike to Geist of St. Traft. In comes Geist with an Angel Friend.
Or is he using now? Okay.
How large is it? I think I saw 11 in there, but I'm not certain. It could have been a little less than that. Regardless, with that 4/4 flyer, the Inkmoth can prevent it if he wants to do the block there in the air, but it'd be tossing away his Inkmoth. And he can also chump with, say, the Solemn Simulacrum on the Geist.
Draw a card. There you go.
Just takes the 4 in the air, draws a card.
Down to 11. Okay, he just passes the turn.
A draw of, I think that's a Titan. I only got the barest glimpse of it, so I'm not certain.
Okay, he swings in for 6.
No pumps, only 6 damage. Thragtusk.
Okay.
That is a good one. Gaining 5 life and creating a unfortunate race situation. That 5 life matters so much.
And he will probably use it just to chump block next turn on the Geist. Even though the Geist will clearly kill it.
And you can see, look at the concentration in Gabriel's eyes there.
All right. Again, for those of you just joining us, this is round 9 of 10 of the Standard Open in Star City Games Open Series in Atlanta, Georgia. Robert Martin joined in the booth by Adrian Sullivan. We're seeing game 1 of Wolf Run Ramp by JT Henricks versus Blue-White Delver with Gabriel Nienes. And there is a Solemn.
Now, all that JT is doing here, essentially, is just adding more and more crap to the table that is going to stymie Gabriel's ability to get through and get this kill. But what he has not done is he has not actually manufactured enough damage just to end it. Meanwhile, Gabriel, his Geist plus Pike plus the friendly angel that comes along with it could... Oh, there's a leak for that that Solemn Simulacrum.
Okay.
And an End-of-Turn Thought Scour. He's very close to being able to get a kill here. It's just slightly shy.
All right.
And 2 cards cast. Huntmaster gonna flip. Remember, there was a mana leak, and there was a Thought Scour.
All right, He looks like he will resolve. He will flip. That will put JT back up to 18. Allow him to put the wonderful 2/2 chump token in front of him.
Now with the Sphere of the Suns, his Inkmoth Nexus, which is hanging out, can be activated as a blocker. Let's check your hand. Rampant Growth, good to know.
Not exactly the biggest threat right now at all. We'll give him another mana for what that's worth. Delver Secrets, maybe? No? Okay, Delver. Gives him the thumbs up on that. Still, Gabriel taking a few moments to go through his graveyard. And Gabriel will do something here. He's going to pass turn. Okay. All right. JT draws.
So many cards here that could really, really change this around for either player.
Again, I want to go back to, had he just one of those rounds used Inkmoth as an offensive player. He could have been in position right now technically to win because he cannot stop flyers as of this moment. Cavern of Souls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, with the mana that he has available, he could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 poison in the air. So it would still be a little shy. Just 1 point shy, though.
Yes. Cavern on Giant, not to be surprised with that at all.
JT is thinking about what to do here. Now remember, with that casting Wolf Run in play, each one of these creatures could theoretically be pumped up for the kill. So unless Gabriel has a Vapor Snag, this might be it.
Especially if he does have the Vapor Snag, I would think you'd attack with all of them. I mean, that's clearly setting up a situation that he avoids completely with Vapor Snag. Okay.
And the tokens are replaced with wolf tokens so that you can see things much more clearly.
It does look like he has a Snapcaster Mage in his hand. There's the additional blocker. Okay, make sure that Thragtusk does not make it.
Here's the choice. Go all in or not.
He will cast Snapcaster Mage in response to it. Okay, he's going to pump it 5.
Not
And
bad.
It does set him up for the kill. All right. Here comes Vapor Snag. One of the 3 he has in his graveyard.
Take that try for the kill.
Now, he loses that one, goes down 2 to 7, loses his creature, comes back with a beast token.
And now at this point, JT Henricks casts Rampant Growth. Still has that Sphere of the Suns available to be able to activate Inkmoth Nexus should it need to get in the way to defend.
He poked at the top card, and the top card was Primeval Titan.
Well, you know, who can know? You can't predict
I
these
know.
things.
The old rules say you never look at the top card, just go get what you need and then shuffle. Because if you don't want to know, sometimes it does bother you. Okay. Trigger. Looks like no trigger on Delver. Ah, Restoration Angel.
Angel is a good one. Now he's doing a little bit of math.
Let's say he attacks with the Geist. And that will be... He'll block with the Beast token. Take that. He'll take 4 to go to 13.
Here it comes. Maybe. It looked like it was going to come. He's thinking about it.
Technically right now JT could use the Spear of the Suns to create the Ink Moth token to block and chump the other one, just so that does not get through.
Gabriel reconsidering his potential attack with the Geist of St. Traft. He does not have a really good path through. Okay, it goes back, makes the attack. Restoration Angel is going to be one of the things he's going to definitely lean on here. The Beast is going to be eaten by that Geist, and 4 damage is going to be knocked onto JT Henricks' head.
Taking him down to 13. What else does Gabriel have in his hand here to do something here at end of turn? Okay, looks like he just wants to say go.
If he says go, it's going to be a flip.
Yep.
Kills the Delver. Take 2, Gabriel.
Okay, draws another card. Again, are we looking at him swinging with both?
Here they come. Either of these creatures, huge deal because of that Kessig Wolf run. And we see the block on the Wolf is, wait, he's reconsidering.
He does have the Restoration Angel in hand to play.
He does it before blocks. Flipping over the Snapcaster Mage. Out of the game, back into the game.
Vapor Snag.
Double blocking Huntmaster of the Fells.
Okay.
Looks like it's gonna, they're gonna pass.
Does not do enough damage to kill both. So he has to pump some. Okay. He will tap it. For a total of 5. He blocks 5 of the 9 damage. No, 6. Does 5 of the 9 damage he blocks. And with the Wolf token, that should be enough.
Remember, there's obviously the Snapcaster has not had its spell cast yet. You aren't required to cast with the Snapcaster immediately. That's something that a lot of times is kind of funny. I've seen games where someone will cast a Snapcaster, and then way later in that same turn, the other player will do something, having forgotten that Snapcaster long ago prepped a spell.
Well, you know it's sitting on Vapor Snag. That is his only answer for this situation. He will Vapor Snag that Wolf away.
And right now JT is pumping up the Ravager, I believe. No, incorrect. Pardon me. It's hard to decide, honestly, because pump the Wolf, the Vapor Snag will actually kill it. If that is indeed a Vapor Snag that was available to be targeted.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them in the graveyard still.
Okay, good. There's one.
Okay.
Off camera, it's hard to see that. So, down to 12 for JT Henricks. Now JT, though, he is facing down a gut shot that will stop the Ink Moth from being able to provide defense.
Okay, he swings in for...
Here comes death. Is that what the case might be?
Pretty much. Okay, he activates the ink... Oh, activates the Ink Moth, gets gut shot.
And that's all she wrote.
Wow.
That took about 30 minutes there for that game of Magic.
Yeah, and considering Wolfram Ramp is a fairly quick deck. See, okay, what is he going to go to in the sideboard here to combat losing game one? We have Pillars of the Flame, Ancient Grudge, maybe a Spellskite.
Spellskite is actually incredibly good against Wolfram Ramp, but here against Delver, you could protect something from a Vapor Snag. Is that good enough?
Last round it would have been.
You can block a couple of Ground Pounders a little bit, but not if they've got a Pike. I'm not sure about that one.
I do like the Ancient Grudges, though, in there. Okay, looking at Gabriel's board, Phantasmal Images will more than likely come in right away. It does not look like he has Mental Missteps he would do. Maybe an Oblivion Ring. We do not see any equipment over here on his side, so we will not see the Divine Offering. Timely Reinforcements, like I said, is an option. Dissipate, maybe the hard counter instead of the Mana Leaks. Sword and Feast of Famine.
I think you will almost certainly see the Dissipate. Ghost Quarter is a very reasonable card as a means to fight a Inkmoth Nexus. And Phantasmal Image is often incredibly good when you're dealing with Thrag Tusks and Huntmasters.
Yes, you are. It's kind of, when you look at JT's list, 4 Primevals, 4 Thrag Tusks, 4 Solemn, 4 Huntmaster, 2 Inferno Titans. So he relies heavily on getting there via Rampant Growth, Spear of the Suns, not the actual way Ramp has been seen played with the 1-drops that have been out there, but he is trying to avoid the mental missteps out there that could stop his 1-drops from the Elves and the Birds of Paradise.
Well, I mean, the traditional Ramp build, often it's just a very small number of 1-drops if they're a Green Sun Zenith deck. Otherwise, typically relying on Rampant and Sphere. We see actually players like Reed Duke including Farseek in the mix as well. But usually that second turn ramp is what we can usually expect. What we have, I think, from JT is a deck that looks like a classic ramp deck. Slag Storms, Whip Flares. About the only new thing we see in here, Bonfire is one of the quote-unquote newer cards. And by newer, I mean, when I was talking about classic ramp, it has all of the versions from the deck that we saw 6 months ago. Yes.
You know, and like I said, there weren't many cards for it to add. He does have one more Bonfire on the sideboard. Depends. Like I said, it'll be interesting with JT on the play. He will not have typical first turn play off of him, so he'll keep Copperline Gorge go. Ponder. I believe that was a Scour as one of those cards.
Yep, Thought Scour is 3 down.
Okay, he draws, it looks like a Phantasmal Image. Glimmer Pulse to life. Rampant Growth here. Okay.
Mirage Rampant Growth. Things like that Glimmer Post for 1 life, you wouldn't think that it would necessarily matter, but sometimes even the smallest sliver of life can really matter, particularly against a deck that sometimes wins by inches.
Augur Bolus, really another Scour, which we knew was 3 down already to begin with. Okay, passes turn. We know he now has 4 lands. Okay, he just passes on 4. No Solemn. Nothing to play right there. Okay, Augur swings in for 1. Takes JT back down to 20. All right, another pass. Now JT does have another land, so he will Inkmoth. Thragtusk.
Oh boy. Now note, there are no Cavern of Souls in play, so this is a card that could be stopped if Gabriel has the card to stop it. Does not look like it though. That's 5 life for JT Henricks.
Wow.
Big deal.
Okay, Scour, land, Delver of Secrets, another Scour, Pike goes in the graveyard, turn, do we get a 4th land finally? He has 8 in hand.
Okay. There it is. A Moorland Haunt. 4 mana signals the mark where Blue-White Delver can put forth the scary potential of Snapcaster Manleak as well as Restoration Angel.
Be nice to see what's in Gabriel's hand to let you know what could possibly be out there. Looks like he'll just pass the turn, showing Restoration Angel or a combination, like you said, of Snapcaster or Mana Leak. Okay, swings in for 5. Takes Gabriel down to 15. Cavern of Souls.
You didn't have
Naming Titan.
the giant here.
Naming Giant.
Primeval Titan. Pretty frustrating. And we see Glimmer Glimmer. And that's going to be a double trigger at the same time for a total of 3 + 3 life. That's 31 life he goes up to now.
Okay, Restoration Angel. Blinking the Augur. Trying to see if he finds something here. Looks like he did not find anything. Okay, passes turn.
Gabriel untaps. At 31 life, it's going to be very hard for him to be able to finish this off before the Titan ruins the day.
Well, the problem is, like I said, he does not have any kind of major removal outside of the Vapor Snags. Okay,
Phantasmal Image on Primeval Titan. And we see a Ghost Quarter. That's from the sideboard. And a Moorland Haunt. You'll note, I don't believe I see any Kessig Wolf runs in play, which means that that Phantasmal Image will survive for at least 1 turn.
Okay. He'll swing with the Angel and hit in for 3 to take him down to 28. Pass the turn. 8 mana, Cavern to be able to cast Giant. Looks like he has another mana in there. Looks like 2 mana Whip Flare. Yeah, 2 mana and Whip Flare is in his hand right now. He swings in with both.
Boom. Let's see if you can take this. You see the Glimmer Post for 4 life and Kessig Wolf Run.
Okay. Okay, he will kill Thragtusk and
dismember Primeval Titan on the other side. And then we see the block after that of Augur and Phantasmal Image.
Wow.
However, that Whip Flare is going to be able to kill. And the surprising kill of a 1/3 and a 6/6 with Whip Flare.
Okay. Obviously, they give him a beast token instead of... Okay, maybe not. Okay. Shows another land. Pass his turn. Gabriel still with that angel out there. Scour again. Land Delver. Turns. Draw. Ponder, maybe? No. It shows that he has a land. Draw a card. Okay. Ghost Quarter to maybe destroy Kessig Wolfram?
These days, the Wolf Run ramp lists often only run one Inkmoth, one Kessig Wolf Run. Let's see what JT Henricks is running. 2 and 2.
Wow.
He is old school. Wow. He's not super old school. Super old school would have been 2 and 4.
Yes. Okay, he's going to bring out the Inkmoth.
That Pike is doing so much here, but is it going to be enough? Look at that Inkmoth, it's just so shiny. I think I'm blind. Don't look directly into it.
Yeah, no kidding. Down to 22 goes JT. Okay, he plays land and swings in.
I think he's basically saying, well, let's see what you got. I think we're going to see a large all-in, and there is a Vapor Snag. It's not over for JT, though. He is not killed by this swing from the Restoration Angel.
No, but it does take him down to a 2-turn clock.
But at the same time, look at this. He does have, well, the Ghost Quarter actually changes what I was going to say. I was going to mention the other thing that could happen, but Ghost Quarter changes stuff. Gitaxian Probe, you've got a land in hand. I think I see another Vapor Snag in hand for Gabriel.
Swings in again for a whole bunch. Taking him to basically a 1-turn clock. Count it up real quick. All right, well, bonfire? No, looks like land. Rampant growth. That's
and
it.
Gabriel's like, look what I got.
Yeah, Vapor Snag. Okay. Well, congratulations to Gabriel Nieves winning 2-0 over JT Hendrick at the Star City Games Open Series in Atlanta, Georgia. That was